Hello, good morning. Today is January 12 and the gospel is about the healing of a paralytic. Mark chapter 2 verses 1 to 12. When Jesus returned to Capernaum, after some days it became known that he was at home. Many gathered together so that there was no longer room for them, not even around the door, and he preached the word to them. They came bringing to him a paralytic carried by 4 men. Unable to get near Jesus because of the crowd, they opened up the roof above him. After they had broken through, they let down the mat on which the paralytic was lying. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralytic, "Child, your sins are forgiven." Now, some of the scribes were sitting there asking themselves, "Why does this man speak that way? He is blaspheming. Who but God alone can forgive sins?" Jesus immediately knew in his mind what they were thinking to themselves, so he said, "Why are you thinking such things in your hearts? Which is easier to say to the paralytic, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Rise, pick up your mat and walk'? But that you may know that the Son of Man has authority to forgive sins on earth," he said to the paralytic, "I say to you, rise, pick up your mat and go home." He rose, picked up his mat at once and went away in the sight of everyone. They were all astounded and glorified God, saying, "We had never seen anything like this." So, that is the gospel for today. And what really struck me about today's gospel is how we humans are very arrogant people. God was really already helping us, but we still decide to talk bad about him, to tell that he is blaspheming. Imagine that the paralytic was already being healed. Instead of being happy for the paralytic, we still say bad things about the person who healed him. So for me, for this gospel, it reminds me to become humble, to let people help you, and to know that God is always there, willing to help. We can see God's empathy here. We just have to allow him to work through our lives. So I hope that we open our hearts and minds and souls and allow him to work through us. We just need to ask. So that is the gospel for today. Open your hearts, live your faith. God bless.